Today we're going to talk about textile spot cleaning guns. These were originally developed back in the 60s for the needle trading industry to remove grease and oil spots that occur during the sewing process. It was soon realized they could be used to clean a wide range of textile products, including cut and sew, screen printing for t-shirts, sweatshirts, etc., carpets, and even upholstered furniture. Where the chemistry that is used has changed considerably to comply with ever so more stringent health and safety concerns, the equipment and principles behind the use has changed very little. The process is pretty simple. The gun shoots a jet of the specialized chemical into the stain, and then the pressure forces the dissolved soil through to a backing cloth or screen from a spot cleaning station. Spot cleaning guns come in many different shapes and sizes and performance postings. Some manufacturers will tell you that their guns develop 2,000 to 4,000 pounds per square inch of pressure. Where it is true that if you seal off the gun by the nozzle and run a pressure gauge on that, you can get pressure after 10 to 15 seconds that will match that. In reality, that chemical stream of the guns hits with only a force of about 20 to 40 pounds. They use water at 4,000 psi to cut through rocks, so you can imagine what it would do to fabric. Now, don't think that the fluid stream isn't dangerous, it is. These types of tools can cause punctures to a skin very easily. Never point the gun at anyone or yourself or any body part because it can puncture skin. Spot cleaning guns have three basic parts. The main body, which is where the motor is contained, the pump is contained. The fluid container, which is where obviously you put the chemical in. And then the adjustable nozzle. Now, better guns do have adjustable nozzles. All of the Tecmo range of guns include the adjustable nozzle as a standard feature. The use of the adjustable nozzles will be detailed later in this video. Let's talk about safety. As I mentioned, never place your hand or any other body part in front of the nozzle. Much like a drill or a power tool, you keep your hands away from the business end. You're not going to point the drill at your hand because it's dangerous. Always work in a clean, uncluttered area, because if it's dirty, messy, untidy, you're just inviting an accident or dropping something or getting hurt. To fill the gun, unscrew the fluid reservoir and place it on a flat surface. Fill the container approximately 3/4 full. Do not overfill it, because when the gun is tipped forward, it can sometimes spill out onto your fabric. Use a cleaning fluid that is specific for the type of soil you are cleaning. Spot cleaning guns do not like water-based products. They will normally corrode the pumping mechanism and cause costly repairs or even require a replacement. Also, avoid flammable solutions, as the gun can cause vaporized spray that can collect and present a fire hazard. All of Tecmo's spot cleaning fluids are non-flammable, contain no water, and are safe when procedures are followed. Remember that these tools are not designed to be explosion-proof. Chemicals vary in toxicity, so always refer to the manufacturer's recommendations for safe use. Use adequate ventilation and do not use in a confined space. Also, avoid skin contact with the cleaning fluid, and if necessary, use protective gloves when handling. To prime the gun, point it away from you and aim it into a rag or scrap cloth. Keeping one hand on the container or on the nozzle, squeeze the trigger until the gun primes. If it does not prime, refer to your manual or contact the manufacturer. Once primed, the gun can be rested on a table until ready to be used. Spot cleaning can be divided up into 4 basic categories. Textile manufacturing stains, such as grease, oil, dirt, and pencil marks. Screen printing soils, cured screen printing ink, smudges and spots, small misprints, and vinyl letters and transfers. Consumer stains, such as makeup, grease, oil and dirt. Upholstery and carpet cleaning, oil and grease marks, scuff marks from transportation and delivery, and general dirt. Spot cleaning systems are not designed to remove food stains or watermarks. They are specifically developed to remove oil and grease-based stains along with screen printing inks, etc. For textile and screen printing stains and consumer stains, we recommend the use of a cleaning station such as the EXT 1500 or the EXT 2000. These are custom-made units that give you a stainless steel working surface that has a powerful vacuum to draw away the vapor and help dry the fabric. The Techmar EXT2000 even has a charcoal filter to clean the air and eliminate the chemical odor. Place the soiled garment on the exhauster or place a scrap cloth or rag behind the soil. Always test the color fastness by spraying a small amount on an inconspicuous area and allow to dry. The gun's nozzles can be adjusted from a fine jet to a wide mist. If working on a durable fabric, the jet can be used. If a deliberate fabric, such as silk, cotton, etc., adjust the gun to a slightly diffused jet. Hold the gun about 6 inches from the fabric. Squeeze the trigger and work through the soil from the outside into the middle. For larger areas, clean in stages, allowing the garment to dry in between. The process is the same for most soils, including grease, oil, and screen printing inks. When cleaning some fabrics, rings can form. These take the appearance of a halo around the cleaned area. This can normally be eliminated by feathering the area. This is done by immediately adjusting the gun to the widest spray setting and spraying around the area so there is a smooth transition from wet to dry. On some fabrics, hand feathering may be required. Rub the edges vigorously with a soft cloth until they dry. The cleaning stations really help to eliminate ringing. Should you get a ring, this can be removed by treating it as a mild spot. Adjust the gun to a approximately ½ inch wide spray pattern when holding 6 inches away from the fabric. Spray around the edge until the ring softens, then go to a full mist and spray all the way around, feathering the edge. Some stains, such as cosmetics, may run with the chemical. These can be cleaned with a slightly wider spray and simply removed with a sweeping motion. Cleaning upholstery and carpet is a little bit different. Obviously, unless it's a cushion or pillow that can be unzipped and have something placed inside it or put on a cleaning station, we need to clean it in place. As I said, for cushions, simply unzip and put a towel or cleaning rag behind. Clean as shown earlier in the video. When cleaning closed-in upholstery where you can't get behind, we can clean right through the fabric into the backing or the padding. Most of the stains will not come back and it will disperse them enough that you get a very successful job with the cleaning. So I could clean directly into the fabric, into this cushion. I can clean right all the way through. Now, if the fabric's loose enough, you can actually gather the fabric up and put a cloth behind. The gun has enough pressure to go through both surfaces. Make sure though you can get your hand far enough away from the pressure stream not to have a risk. In this case, I would recommend using gloves because you're going to get close to the contaminated area, so stay away from it. But with the gun at this position, I can safely clean, make sure that I'm not pointing it at my skin. Again, care must really be taken with upholstery fabric. Always test in an inconspicuous area to make sure it's color fast and you're not going to damage the fabric. Fabrics with a sheen can get damaged by too much pressure, so make sure you adjust the gun to slightly less than a jet. You want it about a ½ inch spray pattern from about 6 inches away. That will remove most soils. If you're doing this professionally and that's what you do for a living, I recommend that you go out, get some swatches, practice on some different swatches of fabric to get familiar with how the gun will perform. That way, when you're out on a job, cleaning a couch or sofa, you've got no problems and it's going to work out right for you. Carpets can be cleaned the same way. If you can take the carpet up to the edge, put a cloth underneath, that's the best way to clean carpet. If you're cleaning through the carpet into the padding, consideration has to be made to whether you're going to damage the padding. Some cheaper foam paddings will be damaged by the chemical, so make sure that you test first. Again, pre-testing, getting some materials in advance, making sure that you're familiar with what you can and can't clean is the ingredients for a successful cleaning. Spot cleaning guns aren't miracle workers. They will do the job that they're designed for: grease, oil, dirt. Food stains they're not going to do so well on because food stains are sugar and water. These guns aren't designed to take out sugar and water stains. Bear this in mind. It was ruined before you started, so really you can't make it too much worse, can you? Happy spotting.